freak out a little bit. Okay, so are we rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to show a little focus exercise here with Cashew. So I've got a handful of treats here and one treat in this hand. I can do this from sitting, but for her it was hard when I was sitting. She kept on wanting to go to her guardian, so I kneeled down. Focus. So every time she looks at me voluntarily in my face, focus. I have two movements. Movement one is to go straight up about 6 inches from my nose, and then I go in a straight line towards her head. I want to keep her looking at my face.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not cueing her, I'm not giving her any indications. Focus. And I'm saying the command word of focus the second it touches her lips.
Mm-hmm. And that's for what? Just
Focus.
to calm her down?
I'll talk about that a little. Let me just go through the exercise first,
Okay.
just so the video is nice and short. But this is basically to prepare her so when, focus. We're on a walk, we can say focus when there's a dog coming up. She sits down and looks up at us rather than looking at the other dog. Now at first I'm doing it 1 second, 1 second, focus. Now I'm going to start elongating it.
See,
1
she's
second.
looking back at me.
1, 2, 3 seconds. Focus. So the idea is at first we're doing it focus with just 1 second, 1 second. This is always 1 second. This will eventually become 2. This will eventually get like 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're doing this, as you can see, now she's looking up at me and paying more attention to me rather than looking around where you guys are. Focus. And every time she voluntarily looks up at me, she gets a paid
So you have
focus.
to have treats with you.
Initially, when we do this, yeah, we want to. The treat is the motivator.
Uh-huh.
Focus. Okay, so this is the first stage of the exercise. Now, for this stage, what we want to do is we want to practice it in the house when it's quiet like this. We never want to practice this when somebody else is eating. We don't want to have people wandering around the room or loud noises at first. We want it nice and quiet so the dog can focus and concentrate. Once we get to the point where the dog is pretty much just looking up at us, is no longer trying to paw at our hands, then we want to start making it more difficult by adding distractions. We maybe have the TV on at a low volume, so it's volume 2, so she can hear it but barely. And then we do it for about 5 or 10 treats. Then we do it, and then in between each practice session, she needs to be able to sleep or take a nap. Dogs will rearrange their neural pathways when they sleep to categorize what they learn. So in a 1 to 2 minute training session is your ideal. Don't push it longer than 2.5 minutes. You'll start getting frustrated and you won't get as good of results. So I practice this in the house. I would practice it here, practice in your bedroom, practice at different locations in the house, but always quiet, never with any commotion, never with any food around. But then we're gradually going to start increasing distractions. I would record the dog whisperer or a dog program on your DVR, and then eventually start playing that so she hears a dog barking, but it's just barely loud enough to hear. Then we can do it a little bit louder the next time, a little bit louder. After you've been doing this a week or so, you have this blasting at like 73 volume, and your dad's like calling downstairs, turn that damn barking down. But this way, because we do it gradually, the dog is able to start filtering out
She's
those
like
distractions.
staring at you.
Because we practiced and she got a lot of rewards for this. So this is a great example of how the residual effect will kick in pretty quickly. So you want to practice this, and again, at first it's just 1 second, 1 second. Then after a while it's 1 second, 1, 2 seconds, then 3, then 5, and eventually get up to the point where it's about 10, 20 seconds. So then once we've done it inside and the dog has mastered it, then we're ready to start making it more challenging, and I will talk about how we make it more challenging in the next video.